start.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Welcome everybody to our team call. I know we have a lot of people on that are super excited because it's a new month, and Mondays are always exciting because it's a new week, and we're all feeling spunky because we probably did 100 today. And we're just coming back from Summit. So lots of exciting stuff that we're all doing and being a part of. So we have a guest speaker, and I don't want to take up too much time away from her, but I did have a couple of announcements and reminders to share with you all before we start. So let me share my screen. Okay. Can somebody just say yes if you can see the thing?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I know that you're probably sick of me bringing up the Team Cup, but it's the last day to get registered. So this is something that even if you're like, oh, I've never gotten Success Club before, or, I've never even gotten a point before, like, it doesn't matter. This is just a way for you to, have a group of 4 other people plus you and just kind of lock arms together to just push, build a challenge group for the following month and create some momentum for yourself and your business. It doesn't really matter what your past has been. It just is a way to challenge yourself and to just be a part of a little team. And, there's been team cups that I've been a part of where we've run together. And it's also just a great way to meet some other coaches in our team and just kind of network and strategize together. So definitely, if you have any little inkling of feeling like maybe I should be a part of it, then I would challenge you to just do it and to join it. There's somebody not on mute.
Happy birthday. I didn't buy it for you.
It's somebody's birthday. All right, so to see so many new faces, as well as some of us where it was our 4th year going together. So this is just a small little collage that we put together of pictures from various team events. You see Michelle Harris's team down there, focused, and you see Robin and Phyllis over here, me and Jenna at the elite thing, and let's see, there's a little hallway workout photo, it looks like. So lots of stuff. And the cool thing is that, some people, you don't have to do every event. And some people did some stuff. Some people went to every single event. Some people just went to the workshops. It's one of those things where you can make it what you want it to be and just get out of it what you wanted to get out of it. So it was so great to see so many of you guys, and hopefully we're going to be putting together a call and a video soon with some testimonials of takeaways of your experience and things like that. All right, so August challenge pack promos. This was announced at Summit, but all of these are on sale this month, so this is huge. This is so many different ways and opportunities for us to help people, and gosh, all of those for $140 is crazy. So there's definitely plenty of ways to find a program to help somebody, no matter what kind of solution that they're looking for, you can plug them into something that's going to help them on their journey. Okay, August 6th is Super Saturday, so make sure that you are plugged in, that you have an event that you're attending. Or if you go onto the online office, you can do a search to find the closest Super Saturday to you. Some of them are little local ones that people have, in their living room, and others are big, huge events where there's corporate speakers and live workouts with master trainers and things like that. So definitely make sure you're getting plugged into a Super Saturday event. And if you don't have one near you, and you're one of those people that always says oh, I can't go to Super Saturday because I don't have one, well, that's a hint that you can create one and you can be the first one to build one in your area. So that's always an option. You don't have to be a certain rank or anything like that to start Super Saturday. So check it out in your online office. Make sure that you are attending. All right, so our Fit Family Network team has an exclusive Country Heat test group where we are all joining together to do Country Heat. So most of us started today, but some of us are still waiting to receive our programs. We're also adding customers into this group. So if you have Country Heat customers, add them into this challenge group. I'll probably be using this challenge group to add my customers in throughout the entire month. I am going to be posting like day 3, that kind of thing, but it's still going to be a great way for you to plug your challengers into a group that's going to be active, because we're going to be coaches and we're going to be checking in every day like we're supposed to. So it's not going to be one of those challenge groups where you end up getting crickets. It's going to have active coaches posting our workouts, posting our meals, and those kind of things. So it's going to be a great tool for you to be able to promote Country Heat and get them plugged into an exciting group. All right. Also, another thing that started today was the 21-Day Fix Business Edition. This is our team's 3rd round doing this, and there's a video in our team page that explains what this 21-Day Fix Business Edition is, and it's actually just an accountability group where we use a daily tracker checklist. What? Where you use a daily tracker and checklist, and you have to post it every single day. So we also post a little bit of training videos in there that are applicable to each thing on the checklist, just to kind of give you some tips and tools on how to do each thing on the checklist. So that's just a great way to hold yourself accountable. We do some various like drop-in, like everybody that completed their checklist on this certain day gets their name put in a hat for a drawing and things like that. So just some extra little bonuses for doing what you're committing to doing. So that started today. You're more than welcome to get plugged into that group as well. All right, last thing is Nichol Cabe. She is our guest speaker today, and she has a topic that she is super passionate about, and I'm super excited for her to share with you on this, and I'm going to pass it over to her. Get out.
You gotta go. It says she's trying to sign up right now.
I suppose I better unmute myself.
Did you see that?
I was talking to somebody before.
She said she can't find you. She's freaking out.
Okay.
Did you take over, or is it still on me?
It's still on you.
Oh.
Did you there you go. Awesome. Okay. I hope, can everybody hear me? I hope thumbs up, thumbs up.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so first of all, guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Major props to those peeps who are coming back from Summit. I'm sure you are completely exhausted, and maybe the last thing you really wanted to do was get on the team call tonight. So thank you, and major props for you for doing that and showing your commitment to what you want to do with your business and move forward. So tonight I'm going to talk about revitalizing. And if any of you had seen my video that I posted not last week but the week before about my personal struggles in the last 6 months as a coach, and if you didn't, long story short, I lost my mojo. I lost myself. I lost the passion. I had so many other things get in the way, just a lot. And it's very interesting that at a time where FitFam was reincorporating the re-energizing yourself and getting back plugged in, that little did I know it would be meant literally for me and spoke right to my heart. So when Jen asked me to do this call about revitalizing, I thought, well, gee, that's pretty perfect because I'm completely in that predicament right now. So one thing I wanted to share, we're going to talk about, and for those of you that are in the FitFam, the page, the group page, I love how we are able to share our ups and downs, our struggles and our successes. And for one thing, I noticed there was a coach, I believe it was Kristen, that posted last week about how she's struggling as a coach and not sure if this is right for her. And what I wanted to, and there were many people that commented in that thread. So thank you for doing so. And I loved seeing that everybody that you stepped up and that you took the time to give her your advice. And one thing that comes to mind is, as a Beachbody coach, all of us became a coach because we love being a coach. We love the products. We love helping others. We love what it has done for us, whether it's a physical transformation, a personal development transformation, whether it has earned you a seed money for something, whatever it is, we became coaches for a reason. And when I was going through my struggles, it dawned on me, and I thought, it's kind of like a marriage. Sometimes marriages struggle and you fall out of love and you're going through these times. And when I think about coaching, one thing that struck me that Arnold from corporate said is, what is the one thing you can get back to doing as a coach? What is the one thing that you loved as a coach? What was it that you loved doing about it? And I thought, that's like a marriage. Why did you fall in love with your spouse in the first place? What were the things that attracted you to your spouse? And it's the same thing I relate to in my personal journey as a Beachbody coach. And little did I realize until I had written down, and this is a great idea for many of you to do this. I had written down and sent it into Michael. He had me write out the things that I did every day as in the first year as a Beachbody coach, and the things that I was doing in the last 6 months as a Beachbody coach. And it was frightening. It was frightening because I looked at this long list of my first year and it was like this, and my list in the last 6 months was like this. And it was really an eye-opener because I really sat down, I took the time and was honest about what I was doing as a coach with my business. And when I looked at the things that I used to do and why I was not doing them anymore, and it dawned on me when Arnold said, what is that one thing you loved about coaching? For me, that was free challenge groups. I came from a free challenge group. I ran a free challenge group for 2 straight years, every month as a coach. The last 6 months, I never ran one free challenge group. I think January was the last time I had ran one, not for February, March, April, May, or June. I was not running those free challenge groups. And I ran when I made the decision that I needed to get back to doing those daily activities that I love doing, that brought me that gave me fulfillment, that got me excited about coaching, it kind of just went into a snowball effect. And for me, that was free challenge groups, just because I loved being able to bring in new customers, a new niche market, depending upon what kind of group I was running. I loved the how everyone is so excited about those types of groups. And, because they don't have any investment in it yet, they seem to be, there's just something about them for me that I realized that was my passion of coaching. And when I started my challenge group, and it was called No More Junk in the Trunk, and it was just a clean eating kind of challenge group for a week. I got back all those old feelings again, and I thought, this is where I went wrong. This is what I need to do. I need to focus on those things that I fell in love with as a coach. And from there, I was able to have 2 of those customers joined my 30-day fitness challenge group that started today with a challenge pack. And, whether you can convert them into a regular challenge group or not, for me, again, it is getting that feeling back of knowing that you're helping someone. And that in turn, for me, was what I was missing, I think. And so if you feel you've lost your mojo, or you have no idea where to start, where to get back to, I highly recommend writing down the things that you did as a coach in your first year, or even if you're a coach for only a year, the first 6 months you did, and then the last 6 months. Whatever, I want you to go ahead and do that. And then I want you to look at the things that you did and pick out what those things are that truly that inspired you and that made you want to get up in the morning and check and do those things. Like I couldn't wait to get back into my group in the morning again and put something in there and see how everyone was going to start their day off. So, that is my recommendation. That's my number one recommendation for revitalizing and getting your mojo back, is finding that thing that makes you passionate. Maybe it is regular challenge groups. Maybe, another thing that I never did, that I stopped doing, was my like page. I was not investing the time into my like page that I used to. And the other thing I stopped doing was tracking my social media. And I was a huge tracker on all of my social media, my Beachbody customers, Instagram, those sorts of things. I was very adamant about tracking that every single month, and I stopped doing that. And it showed. And so I started back yesterday. I started tracking again now for July. And again, it's one of those things that you can physically do to see where you have come, where you have fallen, and where you need to go. So, and that brings me to my other point, was not only finding those things that you're passionate about and getting back there, is also taking action. And whether it's writing down, whether it's getting back to a schedule, whether it's doing your savers from Morning Miracle in the morning. I know we all have talked about, we do so good for a while, a couple of weeks, and then we fall off, and then we don't know what's wrong. And then all of a sudden we're like, okay, I need to get back on board. And we start doing our morning rituals again. And for me, not only tracking, but following a schedule was super important for me. Because I did not know, when you have fallen off and you've lost some things, you're trying to, for me, I became very overwhelmed at where I begin again. And when we become overwhelmed, it brings on stress, and then you get more overwhelmed, and then you're like, okay, I'm supposed to watch this, this, and this, and then I'm not even doing my vital behaviors. And it reminded me of the thing that we always talk about, is just start from the basics. And my basics was starting with the vital behaviors and my schedule, and writing out from 8 to 9, I do my power hour. From 9 to 10, I work on training and or videos. Whatever it is that works for you in your schedule, it's so important, I believe, to write it down and to be able to follow that. I found that I was half in, half out, and I'm sure many of you can relate to this, where you're working half the time and you're half involved with your family or other things going on, and I was never really on board with one thing at a time. That's because I had fallen off my schedule, fallen off those hours of where I designated my Beachbody business time. And then you feel guilty because you're not engaged fully with your family or other things, and you're not fully engaged in your business. You're half in, half out. So I found that I needed to get back to my hours. And whether that was for me just a basic 3 hours a day, I was going to do this, this, and this, and eventually get back to where I did more hours. And I'm not saying that you need to dive into 5 hours a day, because you're going to invest the time into coaching that you want. It is completely up to you. So whether that is just starting back at the basics of half hour in the morning and a half hour at nighttime, just building that momentum and that consistency of those vital behaviors and that power hour, and building from there, and not feeling that guilt or that overwhelming sensation, because we all, I'm sure, have felt that. So that was the other thing that I really wanted to talk about. Was, for me, it was putting pen to paper and having the schedule, having my list of, okay, I need to do this today, and not worry about the other things, because I prioritized my schedule back when I started coaching. And that was key for me, not taking on where I left off, because I'm not the same person where I left off. So it was important for me to get back to those basics, get it in paper, write it down, find those things that made me excited about coaching, and start implementing them. I wanted to touch base on that. Now with, Jen touched base on Team Cup coming up here in August is a great chance for coaches to get reignited with all the incredible promos that are on this month. August, we all know, is a tough month for Beachbody because, it's the end of summer and people are, kids are getting ready to go back to school and parents are busy and everything like that. So I think it's so important for us to start August off with a bang. I mean, we just have to, because we all know what's going to happen at the end, when it gets towards the end of August, with all of that, with the kids going back to school and Labor Day weekend and all of that sort of thing. So I think it's so important that we start August off just on fire. And Team Cup is a great way to do that. And I think that it's great that they have all of those promos out for the challenge packs for Team Cup, because that is a great way to be able to reach our goals. Also, obviously, Country Heat is amazing now that it's come out this month. I have several coaches that I'm doing a group with our challengers, so I recommend doing that, or obviously the Fit Fam Country Heat group. And then, there, like I said, there's so many other things coming up. In September, they're going to have the 3-week yoga. So now is a great time for us to look at, I look at it like this. It's the last 6 months of the year, but I'm looking at a new beginning. And that's how I am viewing it. It's not the end of the year. I'm changing my mindset to it's the beginning of the year for me. I'm looking at it like this is January, and this is what I want to accomplish. It is not August. It's the beginning of the year, and I am going to do A, B, and C, and I'm going to finish the year strong. And knowing that I did what I needed to do to get back to feeling that revitalization of being a coach, and why I wanted to do it in the first place. So I think that's about all that I kind of wanted to touch base on. I just wanted to share with you what I was doing for myself, being a coach for 2.5 years, having a downward spiral after 2 years, and and climbing back out. And again, being a coach is, I think, for all of us, something that we could never, it's a part of me. I believe it's a part of every one of us in some form. And I would never, ever give that up. I think it's too, it's like I said, a part of me. However, the struggle of trying to find your way, it is not easy at times, but we as a family are here for each other to lean on and support, reaching out to other coaches. I have several other coaches on the Fit Fam that I'm doing a accountability type thing with, and that's helping me get back into where I was. So I also recommend that, not only a success partner, but an accountability partner, whether it's an accountability partner for your power hour, if it's one for just the 3 vital behaviors that Amy and I, we are going to let each other know each day we get our our workout in, and our personal development. It's a start, and we all have to start again somewhere. So that's all I have to say about that, other than the fact that if you can get to a Super Saturday this weekend, I highly, highly recommend it, because it will definitely revitalize you, especially if those who were not at Summit, like myself. It's a great way to catch all of that. So if anybody has a question at all, definitely feel free to unmute yourself and go ahead and ask. Or if you just have a thought, anything at all, feel free.
Hello.
Hi.
I just wanted to say that I'm glad you're back. Good to see you around here.
Thank
Y'all,
you.
this is probably one of my favorite coaches, because she's real and she's honest, and she has that spark. And not having that the past 6 months, you notice. It was noticed that you were gone. I just want to let you know that we all love you very much, and we support you, and we're glad you're back. And we kind of all know that kind of lost mojo feeling.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Okay, so I might be tearing up a little bit, of course, and I'm sure Michael's going to love that. And so here's one thing I wanted to share, since I'm going to be honest here, and I don't know if some coaches can relate to this either or not, but I felt guilty. I felt guilty. I felt guilty about, not being the leader that I was, not being the role model, not being that Nichol. And when you lose yourself, it's you're trying to find your way back, but then also there's like this pressure and this guilt that I don't know if anyone else can relate, but that I put on myself. And the more guilt I felt, the more ashamed I felt. And the more I felt, how do I show up again? How do I get back? And that's really it's the truth, and
But Nichol, the difference is that you came back.
yes.
That makes sense. You didn't.
Yes.
You knew you lost yourself, and you knew it took a while to find yourself again. But you knew something was wrong. Not wrong, but you knew that something was off. I mean, I went through postpartum depression, which is a different group of things, but it's that same feeling of not knowing you're not yourself, but trying to find your way back. And you can either let it beat you, or you can triumph over it. And you know what? You go, girl. You triumphed.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you've gone for a while, but you found yourself again.
Yeah.
That's the important thing.
And, one thing we talk about too is the longevity of coaches. And, 2 years and lost myself. And it's like, I see how people give up. I see how they do. But then again, I don't see how they could give up if they truly had that passion and that love for coaching, because that's what brought, it brought me back. And so then maybe it isn't for them, but boy, if, again, getting through those hard times and knowing that it doesn't matter how long you're going to be a coach, 4 years, 6 years, you're going to have that time where you're going to be like, am I really going to continue doing this? And, and obviously those that have stuck around are the ones that truly believe that that's a part of them. And so, thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. So anyway, yeah. Anyone else? Questions or thoughts?
How do you track your stuff? Do you just do pen and paper? Because I've been trying out Team Z and feeling my way through everything that's out there.
So here's the funny thing. I've started out pen and paper, old school. I have several different notebooks between challenge groups, and it's ridiculous. Every time I go to try something digitally or electronically or new technology, I end up going back to pen and paper. Just for me, it just seems like that works for me. I know Tanya uses her note card system. That is just what works for her. And that's when I messaged you. I'm like, so I thought I'd try TeamZ again because I see they were doing a lot of updates. And then I'm like, you know what, Nichol, why do you want to fix something that's not broke? You know how to track. You just need to get back to doing it. And so I'm like, I'm just going back to my pen and paper, old school again. And like I said, that's just what works for me. might not work for everybody else, but I definitely recommend finding what works for you and trying out different things. And whether it is old school or not, stick with it. Don't fix it if it's not broke. So, yeah, it's my thoughts on that.
Nicole,
Yes.
how are you tracking, like you were saying, you're tracking all your social media? Is it just like each month you're writing down what number of friends you have for that month?
Yes. So I have the social media. Did I send that to you at one time? There is a social media, oh boy, tracking, and I will put it in right here. So I'm pretty sure I showed that before.
You might have showed it to me a while ago.
Social media.
Okay, so each month you write down like whatever friends you have for that month. That way you can see your growth each month.
Yes. So I have Beachbody customers, personally sponsored coaches, downline coaches, Facebook friends, my like page, Instagram, YouTube views, YouTube subscribers, and Pinterest.
Okay.
And I tell you what, it's really interesting when I guess actually I lied. April was the last time that I tracked it, other than July. So I missed 2 months. But I can post that again
If you could, that'd be great, because I would love to start using one like that I mean, I know I'm adding all the time, but it would be really cool to see from 1 month to the next how much growth I actually had in each one of my social medias.
Absolutely. And here's the thing, and you can fill in, because there's only 4, I think, printed off in there. I wrote all the other ones in, like
so you can add.
You can add to it whatever you want. But for those of you who think that you're adding to your Facebook, especially your Facebook page, because most of us are Facebook, like your like page and your Facebook page, when you're not doing your adding your friends, but periodically once in a blue moon here or there, and you can see how it goes from, I grew my like page by 50 people, or my Facebook page by 50 people. Last month, I only grew it by 5. I mean, obviously, you're not doing those part of that power hour, which is adding new friends and that sort of thing. So definitely, I'm super excited to be backtracking, because I like to track. I like to see visualization on that, and it helps keep you accountable, I think, too, as well, for sure.
Right. So yeah, I would love to see that if you don't mind sharing it.
I will do that. Yep.
Thanks.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, awesome. Jen, did you want to close on anything?
Yes. Well,
what did you say?
I don't know. What, babes?
I didn't know if you heard her talking to you.
Were you talking to me?
Yeah, I asked if you wanted to close with anything, or.
Oh, yeah. Well, what were you talking about?
That was it.
Oh. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, I've just been here in the kitchen trying to eat something other than nachos.
And cocktails.
And cocktails, yes. But anyways, yeah, I can think back in so many different times in my own journey as a coach that I've gone through, like those moments of just feeling blah. And for those of us that are diamond and above, that were part of that Diamond Blitz, where we did our little training series on revitalization, I thought it was really interesting what Brigitte said. Well, Brigitte Linford, she's a 15-star diamond. She was one of our guest speakers, and she talked about how a lot of the things that used to be really exciting to us in the beginning of our business, maybe certain goals that you set at the start of your business and you hit them, and then you never recreate any new exciting thing to go for. So, like in the beginning of your business, maybe your initial goal is to be able to pay for your Shakeology, or to be able to, you know, like me, mine was getting my nails done. And obviously I've hit that goal. So, you know, if that was the only thing I was thinking about, I would not be very motivated. But sometimes we just forget to make that next big thing, that next dream big goal, you know? And so that would be what I would challenge you guys to think about if you feel like you're in a place where maybe you're just not excited, not, you know, because you got to think back, and it, you know, a marriage is the perfect analogy. You know, you've got to think back to what was exciting in the beginning, what made you fall in love with this company. Maybe it was the products. Hopefully it was a part of the products, and, you know, getting people results and having that excitement to, you know, open your inbox and see somebody's message like, hey, I lost 2 pounds this week. I'm so excited. I can fit in my, you know, in my dress again or whatever. And you have to go back to those things. And I save those a lot from my coaches and my challengers. When you have those days where you're frustrated and you think this is not worth it, all these gray hairs are not worth it, because then you can go back and you can look through and you can like see actual proof of the impact that you're making as a coach in this business. So start making a little photo album, or, you know, a folder on your desktop where you can put those little shout outs to yourself, because you do need to kind of give yourself a pat on the back sometimes and remind yourself how awesome you are and what an impact that you truly are making. So, oh, are you coming over here?
What?
Are you coming over here?
Oh, yeah, my daiquiri's I'm not.
Oh, gosh.
My daiquiri's gone.
Okay.
No. Were you done?
Yeah.
Yeah. Real quick on New Orleans, because I was actually just responding on that. Does everyone, were you doing that one?
Oh, I didn't even talk about New Orleans.
So is everyone, how do you do this thing? Has everyone gotten their tickets yet? Can I see? Yes, raise tickets. Are you going to get your tickets? Yeah, I see a lot of people. Yeah. Okay, good. Making sure that, good. Make sure that you do. I know Chris did. Chris, you got signed up on the Team Cup? Yeah, good deal. Hey, shout out. Chris is actually doing a Team Cup with Scott Gutke. I love those guys. So you're gonna rock that one. So New Orleans, definitely make sure you get your Beachbody ticket. If you missed the intro, it is what it is. But get it anyways. Make sure you get the room. I just looked on Orbitz, and it's pretty cool because it says it's 75. The entire city's 75% booked up, which is pretty cool because they said there were thousands of rooms. So that's exciting, how big we're going to become. Also, in regards to safety, obviously we know New Orleans is probably not where we thought would be the safest place in the world. But, you know, we're going to go everywhere as a team. We're going to be together. Got a lot of cops going, a lot of military, got a lot of people. So we're going to stay safe and we're going to stay together. Downtown's very safe. I've been there several times. Obviously, I don't recommend 1 or 2 people walking around the outskirts, but you wouldn't do that in any town. So either way, so you know what I mean? I just wanted to bring that up. Make sure that you're encouraging your people. Make sure you're booking your rooms for you and your downlines. Obviously, if you're on this call, you plan on building or are building a business. So before you pack your rooms 5 and 10 deep with what you have right now because you're afraid of the costs, remember that we've got 12 months to sign people. So, you know what I mean? Remember those guys, because the last thing you want to do is not be able to have your coach stay in your room because of commitments you made today. So anyways, I just wanted to let you know. Is that it? I'll let you close. I've got to find more daiquiri mix. So,
Michael.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question about Winter Summit?
Yeah.
What are the days and the times of those events? I'm just looking at.
Well, the Winter Summit Winter Summit is pretty much all day and all night.
Okay.
Diamond Coaches have that Wednesday event where they get to go free of charge. Diamond Coaches get that for the house, and we've got some guest speakers coming and some pretty cool things. We're still working on Arnold. Apparently, he wants to go hang out with us. The actual event for GoPro, gosh, I heard it's like 9 a.m. to like 9 p.m. I mean, it's all day. I mean, it's.
You know what the date? What is the date of? Like, is it December 1st?
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think it's December 1st through the 3rd.
Yes, it's the
Wednesdays is
first,
the
second, third.
30th.
Yeah, I think the coach day. I think the diamond day is that Wednesday. I mean, I'm sorry. I think that's the last week of November. The last day in November is the diamond day.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is
November
available
30th.
to all. Correct, which is available to all ranked diamonds. Or obviously, if you lose diamond the week before or something, obviously we're still going to honor that. But yeah, Wednesday it's the 30th. I believe to the 4th, if I'm not mistaken, maybe even the 5th. I don't remember.
Yep,
I think
that's the date.
4th, though. What?
That's the date. The 1st through the 4th, and then the diamond thing is on the 30th.
Yeah. So definitely, it's a good. You have until I think 3 weeks before that to qualify for the diamond. But of course, here's what I would tell you: if you guys are going for the diamond goal, which I hope you are, and you're afraid, or you don't have the, you're afraid you're not going to, just go on and book a refundable hotel room in Vegas. If you don't make it, you're just already in Vegas one day early. You can ask Jenny Beauregard, who just had her flight canceled because I guess the pilot works too much. I mean, the last thing you want to do is arrive the day of the event anyways.
Exactly.
Because you know what I mean? So worst comes to worst, obviously once you hit your diamond goal, but if you don't, you'll have someplace to stay. So that's just my recommendation. Any other questions for that or any other events going on?
Yeah, are you going to post an updated list of because I think I paid so long ago, I just don't know if I did the event and the lodging.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah,
just an updated list on that.
Sure, I will do that in the next couple days. I think the last one I did was a month or two ago, so I'll do an updated list. That's no problem.
Okay.
I think that I'll double check, make sure everyone that's on there is still committed. I know I've got 2 people that want to get on, so we'll see how that's going. But definitely a sold out event. It's going to be pretty amazing. If you guys want to go and didn't get a ticket, please message me. And I think I've got a small wait list started just in case, because obviously we know things happen. But definitely this is going to be a good one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alrighty.
I think that was it.
Yeah, that was it. All right, guys, have an awesome week, and we will see you later.
Bye.
Oh, real quick. Sorry. Dynasty, I just saw a thing. I posted it, but there is a post-summit workshop. I posted it in the summit page. That's on Wednesday.
10th, right?
No, this is, then there's a different thing. The Dynasty Surge is on the 10th.
Oh, yeah.
So I think I think both things are going to be awesome to be a part of. So the other thing I believe is Wednesday, and it's by this guy who's a coach, but he's also like a John Maxwell life coach as well.
Oh.
So I think it would be really interesting to hear from him too.
Awesome. Okay.
So, all right, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Later.
Bye.
Thank you.